Hey guys, it's Cece. Excuse me. Welcome to February. Guess what's this month? My birthday. Anyways, today is not going to be a normal video. At least not normal in standards of what I usually been posting. But I want this video to be about self-confidence in a sense. And I'll explain why. Alright? So let's get to it. So, most of you may not know. When I was born with something called gastroschisis. And if you don't know what that is, if you don't have a strong stomach for something that might sound kind of gross to you, leave this video. Because what gastroschisis is that when I was born with my intestines outside of my stomach area. So when I came out, they were just kind of like, "Bleh." No, not really, but they were out. And I was rushed into surgery, and doctors had to put it all back in, sew me up. And since I was sewn up, I have a scar. I don't have a belly button. I call it my belly crack. Well, anyways, the reason I'm bringing this up is because about a couple weeks ago, a couple weeks ago, this girl messaged me on Instagram because I have a video showing my stomach, and I have no shame in it. And she commented my picture. And she said she is 13 years old. She was born with gastroschisis. Not going to put her name out there. Not going to put her username out there. Nothing like that. But she asked me for advice, basically. And said she was teased. She has 3 scars. I actually have 2. I have one going up. And I don't know if you saw, but I have a smaller one going this way down here. I have 2 scars. She has 3. And she said she was teased. She was called an alien, things like that. Come on, guys. Why do people feel better making someone hate her body? I mean, if it weren't for those 3 scars, she wouldn't be standing there right now. She wouldn't be alive right now. I sent her a long message, explaining that love those freaking scars. If I didn't have these scars, I wouldn't be here making this video right now. If I didn't have this scar, I wouldn't have been there to reply to her comment. If she didn't have those 3 scars, her life would be gone the moment she came out of her mother. And, and on top of that, something like gastroschisis wouldn't only have killed her, it could have killed her mother. I could have killed my mom. If my intestines spilled out even more and the rest of my organs had come out, I would have infected the inside of my mom, and I would have died, and I would have killed her with me. But here I am standing, healthy. Well, yes, healthy. I mean, there are issues here and there with my stomach, and sometimes I go to the hospital, sometimes I don't, but I'm alive. I'm here. And you know what? I can't lie and say it's been super easy having this scar. I mean, go to the beach and I get people staring at me all the time. Go to the pool, people stare at me. I mean, partly inevitable. If I saw a scar, I'd be like, whoa, what the hell happened? So, I mean, it happens. And I can't lie and say that people staring didn't make me uncomfortable or insecure a little bit as a little girl, because it did. I mean, that's gonna happen. Anywhere I go and people stare at my stomach, I'm gonna be a little insecure about it. And I remember the first time a friend stood up for me once. It was like, maybe 3-4 years ago. We went to the beach, and these teenage boys were staring at my stomach, just hardcore staring, and they were like... And honestly, at that point, I was used to it. I didn't even notice them. When she went off on them and was like, it's rude to stare, I didn't even realize they were staring. I mean, I kind of just became... not numb to it, but just didn't care so much, because it is what it is. But last year, I actually met someone, and someone brought up my stomach, and they were like, oh, show your scar, show your scar. And so I did, and the guy I met made this face, like, ugh, and he flat out said to me, that is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. Ouch. That's my stomach you're talking about. So, this girl, I get it. it sucks. I feel her pain. I do. And, I mean, the best advice I could have given her was shrug it off. People are gonna say stupid shit. People are gonna look at you crazy. And you just need to keep in your own mind that it's okay. I mean, my mom had me in a bikini since I was able to walk. She didn't want me to be ashamed of my stomach, and honestly, I'm not. I love my stomach. I love my scar. I love showing it off. I don't care. I love showing it off as I would any other person show off their stomach. It's as if the scar isn't even there to me. Because it shouldn't define who I am in a negative sense. And it shouldn't define her in a negative sense. And I've had actually other people on Instagram message me and ask for my email and stuff and tell me, you know, help me, my child was born with gastroschisis, I want them to grow up to be confident like you, blah, blah, blah. Which felt nice. It was nice to hear these things because I've never met anyone with gastroschisis up until this girl messaged me. And, so I've emailed these mothers, parents, and told them, you know, what my mom did for me and told them what I would tell them, you know, just to constantly remind them to love themselves. I mean, that's all it is. It's much easier said than done. I know that. A lot of people, everyone has their insecurities. We all struggle with them, but yeah, it made me really sad to think how unhappy that girl was, because some of the things she described to me in her messages, she was so sad. She hated her stomach, she hated her body, she didn't even, I don't know, it's sad to know that people could make her feel that way about herself. But, yeah, I guess that's where this came from, because it made me sad. And it made me happy that I was actually able to help her, because the next day she said she woke up with a smile on her face the moment she read my message, and now whenever she posts something positive, she tags me, and it's nice, you know. And I don't mean this video to go specifically for only people with gastroschisis. I mean this to go for anyone with any insecurity, any scar, any mole, any hair. I have hair on my knuckles. I don't really like it, but I don't hate myself for it. This could be to anyone out there. Love yourself. I mean, I think that's one of the most important things in life, period. You want to do something, you're going to need the confidence to do it. You want to say something, you're going to need the confidence to say it. I mean, that's just life. And if you don't love yourself, it's going to be tough. It's going to be really hard. And it's important for your own mental health. You know, it'll help you be positive. It'll help you be positive about the people around you. It might even help you be a nicer person if you're, I mean, you know, sometimes when I think of how mean people can be, it could partly be maybe because they're insecure about something. And, I mean, I think general self-love is a positive thing in so many different ways. So, go love yourself. Go, do it. Like Justin Bieber says. Even though Justin Bieber's song isn't really about loving yourself, it's more about like F you kind of love. Go F yourself because you were a bitch. Sorry, but that's what that song was. Anyways, off topic. Yeah. That's all I can say. Okay? Have a great night, guys.